Hello friend, welcome back to my lecture on ASP.NET and ASP.NET web page and ASP.NET database connectivity. So ASP.NET is the part of .NET framework, and this ASP.NET basically this is developing web page as well as web services. So you can see here I have explained most of the logic around about this ASP.NET in my previous class. So ASP.NET, there are two main types of web resource created using the web ASP.NET web application. These are the web forms and web services. So ASP.NET pages within ASP.NET web forms are the ASP.NET pages within ASP.NET application, and web services are the which can be used by the other application. So you can see here ASP.NET web pages that contain the publicly exposed code so that other application can interact with them. So they are the public code like different apps, different applications, different API, and the extension of web services is ASMX. In later classes, in coming classes, I will discuss about the web services, how to create web services. I will program about this web services. So there are two category of ASP.NET, and ASP.NET is really a very important part of this .NET framework, and ADU.NET is used. So you also have to understand the difference between C#.NET, VB.NET, ASP.NET, ADU.NET. For database connectivity, we use ADU.NET, and for core programming of C# we require C#.NET, and for the Visual Basic users, it is the advanced form of Visual Basic, that is VB.NET. So the latest version of ASP is called ASP.NET. Previously it was ASP Active Server Pages, but now this is updated version. This is ASP.NET and fully based on class and object, and many more advanced features in it. And Visual Studio.NET is a developer application used to create ASP.NET web application. So these are the two categories of ASP.NET. In last class, we have discussed lots of points regarding the ASP.NET, and I have also discussed about how to write the program in ASP.NET. So in this class, I will also discuss about ASP.NET program as well as how to use ASP.NET program in Visual Basic also, VB.NET also. So this is the statement where we can import any namespace in Visual Studio.NET. Sorry, ASP.NET. So this is the statement %@ import namespace. We will write the namespace like JSP. We can write here %@, and we can also write this statement %@ import. Imports we can write below the sample how you would import the ASP.NET page class, and following this into importing the .NET namespace. And for importing the class, you will write here imports system.web.ui.page. So here it is imports, and in case of namespace it is only import. This is the difference. But in case of the JSP.NET, we write here page import. So Visual Studio.NET add reference to your project's commonly used namespace by default. You can import the namespace into your page using @import directive. So these are the some points regarding ASP.NET, and the namespaces which are commonly used in ASP.NET. They are system namespace. This is the basic namespace, fundamental data type, EG system.string, and other we require using system, and using system.collection for creating various collection. Means this is basically related to the data structure, and IO file reading and writing operation, and web support the web server browser communication, and system.web.ui create the page object whenever an ASPX page is requested. So for ASPX page we require using system.web.ui, and using system.web.ui.web control. This is for classes and definition to create server control. So these are different namespace of the ASP.NET. And uh, web web form, to create a web form we require HTML template as well as collection of code behind the web form, as I have discussed in the previous class, where we are using HTML template as well as code behind the web form. So again I am discussing the same program. You can see here, you can see in this program, when we will start the page we will write new website. In case of the ASP.NET, we have to write here new website, and inside the website we will write here ASP.NET website, and we will click on OK. And this is the output which we want to show. And finally we want this output. We have roll number, name and course, three button. As we will write the value of roll number, name and course, and we'll press on submit button, it will be stored. Means after that insert command will execute, insert query of SQL will execute, and the data of these three text box will be stored on the table. And you can see, to design this web page, we have three label 1, label 2, label 3, and here one more label will be we will require, and in this label we will display the message. And this is the fourth button. So you can see here label text box, label text box, label text box, and button. So as per the previous one, label text box, label text box, label text box, and this is button, finally button. And one more label we are also requiring here to display the output. So this is the pair of label and text box, three pair of label and text box. So in HTML, so this is the HTML template, as I already told you, web form having HTML template, and number two, a collection of code behind the web form. So this is the web form, this is the web form, HTML form. So we'll write here, for declaring the label we'll write here ASP colon label, then its ID, variable name means, and run at server means it will be executed on server side ASP.NET program we are creating. And tax equals to roll number, this is roll number is the tax, and slash ASP colon label. So this is closed here, and ASP text box, its name, variable name, run at server, and it's closed because text box is blank. And same way we are writing here, it is inside the div tag, it is inside p tag, p and slash p. We have to write here p and p, this is p paragraph, and this is closed, paragraph is closed here. And again paragraph is started, it is closed here, and again paragraph started, it is closed here. So this way we are giving three set of the label and text box. And this is button, its name, run at server, and text submit, its caption is submit. And on click, as you will click on button, then button submit underscore click will execute. So you can see again I am showing the same slide, HTML template, and I have shown you the HTML template and the collection of code behind the web form. So this is web form, this is web form, and code behind this page, that was button submit dot underscore click. So you can see here button submit underscore click function. So this is the function, and we'll write here percentage at the rate page language C#, and auto event wire up means all the required event handling function will be available with this program. So it is true. And code file default aspx.cs. So this is the first file, this is our first file, and this is our second file, default aspx.cs. Inherit default, there is no we are not doing any inheritance, we don't have any base class. So यहाँ पर default we have mentioned here default, and this is the name of this cs file, default aspx.cs. This is the code file, this is the name of the code file. This is the name of this file. And import namespace system.data star or system.data. So why we are writing here system.data? Because we are doing database connectivity, that's why we are writing here system.data. And again we are writing here percentage at the rate namespace equals to system.data.oledb. So you can see here we have two set of statement, import in case of the namespace, and imports as is appended here, imports in case of the class. So we are writing here import. So we are using the namespace data and another namespace is another OLEDB. So there are two namespace. Now we are starting the script run at server, and OLEDB connection CON is the object, and OLEDB command CMD is the object, and button click underscore submit. So as we will click on the submit button, so you can see here this is submit button. As we'll click on the submit button, it will display button submit underscore click. So it will display the button submit underscore click. This is button submit underscore click, and sender and event ARGS its argument. So this is the standard format of the prototype of the function, and we have used txt roll number dot text into roll number variable, name into name variable, and course into course variable. So we have three text box, and the value of each text box is copied on these three variables: txt roll number, txt name, txt course. So txt roll number, txt name, txt course, their text value is copied on the variable of button submit underscore click function. So we have defined here these three local variable, and these three local variable are copied from these three text boxes. And then we'll write the connection string. Connection equals to new OLEDB connection, and provider is this, and data source means database name is this. And then we are writing here command equals to new OLEDB command, and command text insert into student, where roll number, name, and course will be stored. So these three variables will be saved on the student table, and these three variables are corresponding to these three text boxes. So we have three text box, and corresponding value is transferred inserted into the student table, and values are at the rate roll number, at the rate name, and at the rate course. So we have written here three at the rate by using at the rate. So these are the variable, these are the field of student table, and these are the variable of this button submit function. So roll number, name, and course. So they are they are prefixed by the at the rate sign, at the rate roll number, at the rate name, at the rate course. So these are the roll number, name, and course. They will start by the at the rate. And now we will add the parameter cmd dot this cmd. Initially cmd is the blank statement, and cmd dot parameters dot add at the rate roll number, at the rate name, at the rate course. These three will be added here, and their type is varchar, and OLEDB type dot varchar, and the value, their value will be and at the position of their value position, roll number, name, and course will be transferred. So this is the statement. And now cmd dot connection equals to connection dot open, if connection dot state equals to connection state dot open, and then we'll come inside. Otherwise will display label one dot text record failed to be added, and connection will be closed. Or otherwise, if connection is succeeded, connection state is open, then in this case we will write here cmd dot execute non query. So cmd inside the cmd, this is cmd equals to new OLEDB command, but cmd dot command text, cmd dot command text means the query which we are connecting with this cmd command, we have written this. So when we will execute non query, then by executing this statement, this will add or insert the row on the table. So label one dot text will be displayed by the message record successfully added, and connection will be closed here. Otherwise catch statement will execute, and accordingly display the message, whatever the message. So this is the program of C#. This is the program of C# button one underscore submit you have seen here. So this is C# program, and the output will be like this. And you can see again this is VB.NET code. In case of VB.NET, we'll write the same code here. So it will be, the function will be sub button submit underscore click, and src as object, e as event args. You can see the previous program. Here we have the function button submit underscore click, and but in the VB.NET code we have written here page load, but we can write here button submit underscore click also, and inside the program we can write the statement dim ds equals to dataset dim connection add SQL connection. So rather than writing only DB connection, we are using here SQL connection, and dim authors, dim CMD authors add SQL data adapter. So we are using here SQL data adapter. So CMD authors is the object of SQL data adapter. So we have written here SQL connection. The first is the SQL connection. SQL connection equals to new SQL connection and server name, user ID, password, database name. So it is the configuration of the connection string, and this line will execute. The connection will be established, and CONN is the object of that connection string. And now through SQL data adapter directly will run this complete line. Select asterisk from authors. Select asterisk from authors. Authors table we will access all the data. We will retrieve all the data from author table for the particular this connection. This connection means for this server name, localhost server means local server, and this user ID and password, and this POPs is the database. From this connection we are collecting all the records of the authors table, and all the records their object is CMD authors. And we have one more variable ds equals to new dataset, already taken ds as new dataset. So we have written ds equals to new dataset. Then we will fill CMD authors. So this is the CMD authors is the object of SQL data adapter. So CMD authors dot fill. So from CMD authors we will fill this dataset, and its name is authors. So a whole data will be transferred on the CMD of this dataset DS, and one by one we can access the data from dataset, or we can print the dataset value on any grid. So this is not written here, so you have to add this statement after this line, where we can transfer this DS data to any data grid. So this is the program. This is the program of VB.NET. We have written here page language equals to VB, script language equals to VB, run at server. The program, same way the program will start, percentage at the rate page language VB, percentage at the rate import namespace system.data, percentage at the rate import namespace system.data.sql client, and it is closed here. Program started by HTML, then body, and body will be closed, and HTML script will be closed here. This is started by the script is closed here, and body closed, HTML closed. So I have explained you this type of program in .NET database connectivity, C#.NET database connectivity. Exactly same program is here in ASP.NET. Simply this code is inside the script, but in C#.NET I have explained this program in normal C#.NET or VB.NET. So I think you have already executed this program. So it is very easy to execute if you have done database connectivity, because for database connectivity, first of all we require connection string. Connection, we establish the connection, and then we require to execute the query of SQL, and after executing the query, in case of data reader, one by one we will transfer the data and print the data, but in case of dataset we directly transfer whole data onto into the dataset. So we have written here CMD authors dot fill DS. So we are filling the DS by the CMD authors, and this is the table name. So this is the program of database connectivity, and this is VB.NET code. And while the program will be on the other hand, HTML program will be written like that. So this way we will write the HTML program, and VB.NET program will be, this is the VB.NET program. So corresponding program of the VB.NET, as we have given corresponding program in C#.NET. This is the VB.NET program, this is the output, this is its code, and accordingly this is button submit. So this button submit is written in C#.NET, its language is page language is C sharp, and in case of VB, we will write here page language VB, and the code which I have explained you, that code will be mentioned here. That will code will be inserted here. So this is program, and some more point we have to understand. So HTML template, this is called contains the design, layout, content, and control, creates user interface, presentation layer. So this is user interface. This is called user interface. This is called presentation layer. So we can call it presentation layer. Instruct the browser how to format the web page. Is created using the combination of HTML control, HTML server control, mobile control, ASP.NET control. Accordingly, if we require mobile control, then we will use the mobile control. So this HTML template is very important also in this ASP.NET page, because this is the first page and it should be copied properly. And these are some part of the program. So in this code we have written here page language C sharp, code file, code behind cs.aspx.cs, the name of file, and inherits means we will write here the base class where we are inheriting this class. And this way, this is the code behind this is the code behind cs.aspx, code behind cs.aspx, this is the name of file. And this is inherited from system.web.ui.page, and this is the program button click underscore click. So this is simple program. So this way we are writing the program, and you can also understand this diagram. The HTML template is designed for the user interface. For user interface we require HTML template, and application and logic program we require ASP.NET, and we have database, SQL database. So you can understand like this one also. Browser and local machine, they are built in HTML, and the server side program built in ASP server with ASP.NET, C Sharp.NET, and query. There will be query, and the result will be displayed from the Access, MS Access, or Oracle, or SQL database. So this is a three-tier architecture view of ASP.NET. Basically, ASP.NET is required for three-tier architecture, while in .NET framework, while in JSP or Java application or web technology, we require JSP, Java Servlet, and Java Bean, JavaScript, HTML for designing the J2E model or three-tier architecture or entire architecture. Or here also we require HTML, but for server-side coding we require ASP.NET, and client-side we require VB.NET and other scripting languages. So so this way we write the program. And ASP colon text box, we write each tool by ASP colon button, ASP colon submit, ASP colon checkbox. So it will be started by the ASP, and this way we can write the statement for the button. ID will representing the variable name, uniquely identify the control. ASP, the text box variable name is text username, and division ID means variable name is my division. And run at enable server side processing means this is for server side processing. And on click define the server side event handler. So we have written on click submit button click, so it means server side event handler. So this event handler is given on the server. So these are some small steps for designing this ASP.NET page. So as I have already discussed this page in the previous class, so this is the complete view, and you can understand this ASP.NET and database connectivity. So this is request response cycle. Client side we require HTML, XHTML, JavaScript, VB script, applet, ActiveX control. So many tools required in client side, but server side we require PHP, Python, JSP, ASP, ASP.NET in this subject. And this way we have different uh, tools like buttons, list, labels on browser side, and through ASP.NET we require the handler, but event handler or button and list box and label code, etc. So this is the programming model, control and events, and I have already discussed you the ASP.NET divided into two. In ASP.NET we can develop two type of application: web services as well as web forms. So this time we are discussing about the web form. So guys, thank you very much for listening this lecture, and please share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press bell icon. Thank you very much.